hope that you're doing well today or this evening. I want to thank y'all for joining me for this live. I know it's been a while since I was supposed to originally do the live, so I do apologize that it's taken me a bit to get to it, but just had some stuff going on I need to take care of. But again, I hope everyone is well. And hello, Tara. Welcome. How are you doing today? It's good to see you, as always. So I'm so excited to come see you soon. But yeah, so I was saying, what we're going to be doing tonight is I kind of wrote some stuff down about like karma and the different kinds and the like different cycles of it and how it kind of shows up through like our children. And then if it's not like our children, it's still usually children around us because obviously karma is a cycle and it comes in cycles just like children. So I kind of wanted to look into that. And it's good to see you too. I can't wait also. So yeah, so the people that I kind of focus on in this document are mainly kind of, I don't know, can you hear me well too? I have in headphones because Connor's awake, and so I didn't want there to be too much background noise, but sometimes they don't sound that great. So let me know if you can hear me, please. Well, but in this document, okay, great. But in this document, though, we're going to be talking about 3 different people. Mainly it's focused on Sebastian, of course, because that's why I have Sebastian's video pulled up. So as soon as I start to kind of read the document, I'm probably going to put on like the little like avatar for my picture because it's kind of distracting. I'm going to be playing the video in the background, and then I'm going to read what I kind of wrote down about the cycles of karma and things like that, and just how it affects us differently in different ways at different times in our lives. So it's going to be about Sebastian, though, and then kind of also Charlie Kirk, since he obviously was recently assassinated, and how that kind of plays as a karmic cycle, and then also the girl who was shot to death on her live stream on TikTok, which was Valeria Marquez. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing this video of Sebastian. It might pause. If it pauses, I will try to come back and kind of start playing it again. I think it's about it might be 20 or 30 minutes. I don't know. Let me see. I think this one is 25. So I think I should get through the document in that time frame. If not, I will try to come back and remember to restart the video. If not, it'll stay stuck there until I come back. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up that document on the side, and I'm going to turn off my camera because I'm going to start reading it, and I don't want to be like too distracted with it. So 1 second. Let me play his video. Oops. Make sure it's going good. Okay, perfect. All right, so first off, before we start to get into the document, I do want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I greatly appreciate it. And this document that I'm going to kind of go through that I wrote down just kind of has different, cycles of karma in it, how you might see it in your life, and just to know what to look for and how to handle that maybe and what to learn from it. Because it's always usually like a lesson that helps you kind of break through something into the next thing. So that's why a lot of it seems to repeat for us. And tonight I want to talk about something, again, that I had mentioned, which is going to be karma. And it's kind of a word that we all throw around, sometimes as a joke, sometimes as a threat, but it's actually one of the deepest truths about why we're here. So karma isn't punishment and it isn't revenge. Even though it might feel that way, it's the way our souls learn, grow, and heal across lifetimes. Who are some of the strongest karmic mirrors that we will ever meet in our life? In my opinion, that would be our children and other children that are around us, on an everyday basis or just in our lives in general. So our kids aren't random. They choose us and we choose them to walk through lessons together. So tonight I'll be weaving this through Sebastian Rogers' story because his life is a profound example of karmic truth. But I'll also compare how karma has showed up in other people's lives we have heard about, like Valeria Marquez and Charlie Kirk, because in each of these cases, there is a lesson. But before we start, let me ask you, when you hear the word karma, what do you think of? Do you think of balance, justice cycles, or something else? Drop it in chat. I want to hear your perspective. So what is karma really? So most people feel that karma is punishment, but it isn't. It's energy. It's cause and effect. It's an echo of choices that keeps being carried forward until the lesson is learned. And there are four different layers of karma. One is personal karma. These are your own repeated lessons. Two is going to be family karma. So those are your generational patterns you're born into. So the example I'm kind of using for this is going to be Sebastian's karmic cycle with Katie and Chris. Number three is going to be collective karma. So these are lessons that humanity faces together, much like all of these three individuals that we're talking about tonight. Number four is going to be relational karma. So these are the contracts with people closest to you, especially the children in our lives. As we go through these, which one of these do you feel fits in your own life right now best? Drop it in chat if you feel. It could be personal, family, collective, or relational. So right now, for me personally, I feel like I have a few of them going on at the same time. So I feel that I kind of have a personal, family, and collective kind of karmic cycle that I'm kind of learning to break. And sometimes it happens that way all at once. So I feel like that's a perfect example of how we always have like numerous karmic cycle like in the air at once during our lifetime, and how we kind of have to perfect them all at the same time sometimes. And most of the time, they kind of do all show up again at the same time. Now here's the key. Children are often the clearest karmic mirrors. They show us what we haven't healed. They reflect back our shadows and our light. They hold us accountable in ways no one else can. And so this leads me to Sebastian's story and how it's a karmic mirror. Sebastian's story is a heartbreaking but powerful example of karma working through a child. His soul carries pure innocence and light. That light exposes darkness in those around him. He is their karmic mirror. But here's the thing about karmic mirrors. You can't escape them. You can deny them. You can fight them. But their truth will show up loud and clear. Sebastian reflected the shadows of those who were meant to protect him. His very existence was their karmic lesson: patience, unconditional love, and compassion. They failed that test, and that failure was karmic weight they will have to carry. But for us, as a collective, Sebastian's story is also our karmic mirror. It asks us, how do we treat the vulnerable? Do we stand up for them? Do we protect them? Or do we turn away? Let me ask you in chat, when you hear Sebastian's name, what lessons or feelings rise up in you? What do you think his story is trying to teach the world? So next we'll be comparing soul lessons and how karma shows up in different ways for different people. Valeria Marquez's story was a tragic mirror of betrayal, beauty, and truth. Her light exposed envy, greed, and disloyalty in others. Her soul lesson was about authenticity and the danger of people trying to erase or exploit your truth and light. For us, she's a reminder that truth cannot be copied or stolen. Your essence is your own. And Charlie Kirk's story, in his sudden passing, shows karma at a collective level. His life and voice carried lessons. Some agreed with him and some opposed him, but his death forces people to reflect on the fragility of life, the intensity of words, and the way influences ripple outward. His karmic mirror is about leadership, responsibility, and how energy multiplies through community. He was a perfect example of strength, understanding, courage, and unconditional love, regardless of one's beliefs. That is a huge karmic lesson for those who believe this was something he deserved. No one deserves to be murdered and stolen from their family and friends. No one has the right to play God ever. And Sebastian, his light is a mirror of innocence and unconditional love. Unlike Valeria or Charlie, his lesson wasn't about power, influence, or image. It was about purity. His soul came here to hold up a mirror of compassion and to ask, how do we treat the most vulnerable among us? Each of these lives reflect a karmic cycle. Each one pulls up different lessons for those around them. Let me get a drink of water. One moment, please. As you think of these stories side by side, which one do you feel speaks to your soul the most? Betrayal, leadership, or innocence? Drop it in the chat because there's no wrong answer. How karma shows up through children. Children aren't here just to be loved, they're here to teach us. If your child challenges you, that's karma saying, grow your patience. If your child struggles, that's karma saying, deepen your compassion. If your child has special needs, that's karma saying, expand your definition of love beyond convenience. This is why Sebastian's story matters. He was not a mistake. His soul was a karmic teacher, not only to those closest to him, but to all of us as we hear his name. So how do we move through these lessons? 1, awareness. Recognize the pattern and break it. Call it out when you see it. Don't ignore abuse or mistreatment of others, especially the vulnerable ones in our society. 2, compassion. Meet it with love instead of judgment. Put yourself in their position. One person's right doesn't make someone else's right wrong. 3, forgiveness. Forgiveness for others and forgiveness for yourself. This is mainly to release the weight. It is the only true freedom and where your true teacher and lesson lie from the situation. 4, action. Choose differently so the cycle breaks. Let me ask you, if you had to name one lesson your child or a child in your life has been teaching you, what would it be? Share it if you feel pulled to do so. You never know who you might inspire. So as I close this document that I went ahead and drawn up, I want to leave you with this truth. Karma is not a punishment, it's guidance. It shows up through our children, through our relationships, and through our stories that break our hearts. Sebastian's story continued to shine as a mirror. Valeria's story reflects betrayal and authenticity. Charlie's story reflects responsibility and the weight of influence. Together, they remind us that life itself is the classroom, and each soul is the teacher. If tonight's message touched you, drop a green heart in the chat or comment. Share what cycle you feel you're breaking in your own life. Let's honor Sebastian and let's honor the lessons we're here to learn. And thank you for being here with me tonight. So that's the document that I wrote for karma. And I just kind of felt that was important to share with everything that was kind of going on recently that's happened. So hi, Tammy, and hello, Lee. How are y'all doing? It's so nice to see y'all. And thank you for being here. And so was there anything in this document that stood out to anyone here that they would like to share as far as the cycles of karma or how they saw it applied to Sebastian's story, their story? I mean, anything. And hello, Amber, how are you? Thank you for being here. So nice to see everybody. I'm glad y'all can join me for this document. And I hope that you enjoyed the birth chart on Ashley Lee. I'm glad that I could finally get that out for you. I know you had been waiting patiently, so thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I just write green, Tara. Like I literally just write green and it pops up with the heart, the green heart. But yes, so yeah, that was just some stuff that I was thinking about whenever I kind of heard that the FBI had put that out about the lights video and things like that. And then Charlie Kirk was assassinated pretty much right after I did the lights video. And I actually had already done a video for Valeria Marquez, but I had the wrong birth date originally, so I had to go ahead and redo it. So those are all videos that came out recently, and they're on the main page. So If y'all haven't seen those and you're interested in checking those out, because we talked about them tonight, those are over there. I can probably link them later. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the karma document. And then, yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, the FBI will start being able to pull things together and maybe put some charges in place soon and find out where Sebastian is. I do know, I just saw on a live that a video of Chris Proudfoot. I don't know if it was like on somebody's live stream or just in their home, but like he was like dressed up like a cowboy or something and kind of, I guess, mocking Seth or something like that. So that, I don't know if that was recorded a long time ago, but it was just released in the sense it was the first time I saw it. So I just think it's a shame that you see Chris Proudfoot. That's what he's doing still. He's not, you know, again, out there advocating for his missing stepson that he supposedly loves so much. And he's sitting there making fun of people still. So that's just really disturbing, and it's just sad to hear. And I am glad that you could catch me live too. I'm sorry that it's so late. It's really the only time right now. Connor just kind of started homeschool because he just was recently diagnosed with diabetes, and it's just been easier to keep him home right now with everything. So, and Andrew's graduated and he's a dependent, you know, because I got, like most people know that have been here for a bit, my oldest son, Andrew, also has autism, and he just graduated high school in May. So he's home all the time now too. So I'm working on getting him into like a little program in the college, but I think we're probably just going to do it next semester since this is his first semester as an adult out of school. But yes, I'm hoping the FBI has plans to move soon too, because I feel like they could if they wanted to. And that's another thing you kind of hear when Kash Patel did his speech, which, you know, I'm not going to talk too much about the political part of it or what's even going on with that arrest. But all I'm going to say is, you know, he was very quick to brag about how they traced his phone and they tracked this and they tracked that and they had it all within like 12 hours. And so it makes you wonder, like, well, why couldn't you do this in Sebastian's case then? You know, because, I mean, did Chris and Katie get different phones? And even if they did, like, I mean, you still should be able to track them. And even if a phone hooked up to their Wi-Fi at some point, you would think you would be able to even track that. That was like a burner phone or something. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I mean, he gets real pissed off about the Wi-Fi. CP does too, and you still talk about that. So, yeah, he was making fun of Seth, and I think it was right after. Yeah, that's what it was. That you're right, Amber. That's what it was. He was making fun of Seth because Seth was out in front of the courthouse, I believe, you know, or the police station, and he was basically pleading for them to help find his son. You know, exactly what he should be doing. A loving father that misses his son is pleading for his son. And so that's what, you know, asshole, you know, CP was out there on this live. Again, I don't know if he knew he was being recorded. Do you know, Amber, if he knew? I don't know if he knew or not. Yeah, and as I say, he's just he's an asshole. And it even like makes you even more irritated that he's just sitting around. Like, that's what you got left to look at, you know? Like here's Sebastian's beautiful face, you know? And that's another thing I heard recently, because I kind of, you know, if y'all are on TikTok, I recently got a TikTok. So if y'all want to follow me over there, that would be great. You know, I've been posting some of the stuff for Sebastian over there. And I've been kind of happy with the results in the sense that people over there really seem to care about Sebastian too. And they really seem to be looking for him. And stuff like that. So if you get a chance, kind of go ahead and check that out. But when I was looking at a video over there, I had seen where, you know, even all of us were saying you could see at Texas Roadhouse, it looked like Katie was taking pictures of Sebastian at the table. And when they gave pictures to the police, they didn't have any recent pictures of Sebastian, you know? And so in this video that I saw, they said that someone had heard Katie and Chris saying the reason that they didn't take pictures of Sebastian as he got older was because they thought that he looked, you know, goofy or, you know, worse words, but they were making fun of his looks. And that's why they said they didn't take pictures of him. And you look at the two of them, it's like, whose looks are you making fun of? You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy to me. But like, the fact that they would say something like that about him just broke your heart. You know what I mean? Like, and it made you cry that they would even say something like that they didn't take pictures of Sebastian because of that. So they keep saying things that are just ugly and hateful. And I don't understand why CP keeps saying things like this and why KP allows it and keeps. I mean, I don't know if she's saying it too. I have no clue. But you would think she would be telling him to shut up at this point. Yeah, Andrew, it is. Let me see. I've never heard of Stickler syndrome. I'll have to look that up and see what that is. I've never heard of that. Hi, Kylie's Nail Candy. How are you? Yes, and I hope him and Summer are found soon. Has anything came up new in Summer's case, Tammy? I know a bit back, Don Wells has said some stuff, but yes, and hello, and welcome as you come in. Again, we just got done reading the document about karma and the cycles of it. We talked about how it affects, Sebastian's case and what's recently happened with Charlie Kirk. And then also we talked about Valeria Marquez too, just because hers was also a very public murder. It was a very public murder. She was murdered on her live stream in her beauty salon. So, and it was recorded. Like the camera was purposely focused on her and it was her close friend. Well, I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know if they've ever charged them, but I think we all, for the most part, who've heard of it, it's pretty obvious who is probably the ones, in my opinion, with Valeria Marquez, which I think was more than one person. So, yeah, I don't get that, how anyone could stay with someone who insults your kid. That's the thing, though. And then I hear stuff, and I hear she's doing it too. And it shocks you. You can't believe that she was saying this about her own kid. And then you see these pictures of him, and again, he's just so beautiful. He has the most beautiful smile. He just radiates the most light. He just seems so sweet, like the sweetest child you could ever, meet. And for them to say some of the shit they're saying, it just pisses you off. It really pisses you off. And that's what makes you want them arrested so badly. Yeah. I mean, they should be out there asking for help and, doing all those things, advocating for him, telling you all these wonderful stories about him. Like, even there was another thing, and I do believe the story that Katie and Chris were making in the comments about that why they didn't take pictures of Sebastian is because they didn't, like the way that he looked in pictures. I do believe they probably said that because when you watch the first, I don't know if it was the first interview, but it was the interview that she did with Chronicles of Olivia. Well, they both did it. And that's when they're talking about it and they have the little crane on the table and a bunch of pictures of him and beautiful pictures of Sebastian. But what does Katie do? She picks up one of the frames and she was like, well, he hated to be dirty, but he was so unself-aware. Look here, he has chocolate milk on his face or some shit. Like, she's, and you look and you're listening and you're like, why would you say that? You know what I mean? Like, I know with my son being autistic and stuff, like when I would get school pictures and his face was dirty, I would be so upset with people who took the picture, to be honest, or like whoever was, whatever adult was supposed to be around, only because I feel like they know a lot of these kids aren't that self-aware as far as like what's on their face. So that's a very common thing. But like for her to be bringing it up when he's missing, like making fun of the fact that he didn't like to be dirty, but look how much he didn't even notice, like he has chocolate milk on his own face. Like it was an insult. Like it was an insult to Sebastian, in my opinion. So a lot of oh, okay. I saw that too. I was curious why. I really didn't see anything that was particular that should have said why. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting, but I did see that there was a lot more talk about him on YouTube again. I'm gonna close some of these. I feel like it's like lagging the internet a bit. Let me see. I think I'm behind in chat. 1 second, y'all. Yeah, it is evil to be talking about your child like that and being with somebody who does something like that to your child. Yeah, I've noticed that too. There's a lot there, or I don't know if we're hearing about the murders more or if there are more, but I do agree. It seems to be more murders lately. And really just horrible. I mean, they're just being done and committed in horrible ways. Like you look at Charlie Kirk's and it was done right out in the open. And this was all because this dude was basically just like, preaching like free thought, free speech, you know, like unity, like respecting other people's differences. And the fact that they shot him down in broad daylight, like, that's crazy to me. I couldn't believe it. I cried when I heard that. So it's just like, I keep, like, things keep happening and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the most horrible thing I've ever heard. And I think I've found myself saying that probably like 3 or 4 times within the last 3 months of things that have happened, and it's just like, it just seems like people are just getting more outwardly evil or out in the open with it because it's been going on for so long. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, yeah. He wants an Oreo gift box or something like that. That was Connor. He likes to get things. So let's see. Yeah, Candace Wells hasn't spoken in a while, I don't think, huh? Did she ever since the first interview where she was sitting outside? I mean, maybe a couple, I don't know. I just thought she hadn't talked in a while very much. It usually seemed to be Dawn Wells, all the ones that I had seen that she was talking or he was talking. Yes, and I actually have started Kyron Horman's chart too. So I have Kyron Horman's chart. I actually started reading his like the very last live I did before. I can't remember what happened. I think we were just that's about how we had to get Connor back in school. And it was just like having some issues trying to get him back in school with like the paperwork for diabetes. So, but yeah, I started Kyron Horman's chart then. So I'm probably going to start it all over again. I might do a video or I might just do it on a live. I'm not sure. But yeah, Sebastian reminds me obviously so much of my son. My son was born in 2007. Sebastian was born in 2008. So, and then, they both have that smile and the kind of like, I don't know, they just both look alike to me. And his, like Andrew's real tall and thin, like Sebastian was. They weigh about the same. So I don't know. They just remind me of each other so much. Look at these parents that still look for their. Okay. He wants to make bubblegum ice cream. So let's see. Yeah, and you see Kyron Horman's mom out there all the time, like every year, looking for Kyron. And I'm sure there's plenty more, but that's just someone, because we just mentioned them, that I was thinking about off the top of my head. You don't see Madeline McCann's parents out. You don't see the Proudfoots out. You don't see the like Lily and Jack Sullivan's parents out. I mean, you really didn't see Emmanuel's parents out, but they didn't have much time. Too bad all the cases didn't go like that, right? World would be a better place if they threw him in jail as fast as they threw the Harrows in there. Candace Wells has a YouTube channel? I didn't know she had one. That's dumb of her. I'm surprised Chris Powfoot doesn't have a YouTube channel yet. I really am. And you know what? When I did see the video clip of him on I guess it was a podcast, or he didn't know it was being recorded, or whatever the hell he was doing with making fun of Seth outside of the courthouse, he sounded drunk to me. He looked drunk. He looked like a big, drunk, fat blob. Hold on one second. Can I have my bubblegum machine? No, in just a minute. Hold on, okay? Let me get it in just a minute. I got to clean it out. I don't even know where it is. He's asking for a bubblegum machine that I don't even know where it is right now. 1 second. I don't remember where it was. Candace YouTube channel. Yeah, she does crazy. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm be interested to see you cover that. So let's see. What else? Yeah, again, I started Kyron's, and then I felt bad. I really didn't keep going on it. I meant to, and then again, I hadn't got back to it live until now. So that was about 2 months. No, maybe not 2 months ago. Probably like 6 weeks ago. So that's the last live that I had done, was 6 weeks ago. So again, I've kept trying to, but it's just stuff kept happening. So let me see. And I go with what the universe does. So if it pushes for it to be not happening, then it's probably not happening for a reason. So Tammy said hello, Connor. How old would Kyron be then? So I don't know how old he was I don't remember how old he was when he went missing. Yeah, bubblegum ice cream. That's what he wants. He wants to make Hubba Bubba ice cream. You remember Hubba Bubba? He likes all like the nostalgic stuff. Like he watches like all these 90s things. He's like, oh, it's so nostalgic. I miss it. I'm like, dude, you weren't even alive. Look, he's so nostalgic. Ah, okay. Baby, I'll get it in a minute, okay? Hold on. Let me grab his bubblegum ball machine. 1 second. All right. Didn't even know my mic is off still. Okay, so let's see. Bubblegum. Okay, here we go. Yes, I hope so too. I hope everyone's children have a bully-free school year. I'm glad Andrew is now graduated out of high school and Connor is being homeschooled now. So that's made it possible for me to go to Colorado to visit Tara. Yay. And yeah, it's just nicer. The school's like from 10 to 2. So that's been nice to kind of just be able to have a little bit more of a laid back morning for Connor. And then also with his diabetes, it's been a lot easier than trying to worry about him being at school and him possibly having something happen. Are you thinking about a YouTube channel, Lee? I think you should. I think that would be a good outlet for you. And then you can make your videos too about Ashley and get your perspective on it. I think that would be great. Oh, wait. I don't know if you could hear me or not, but yeah, I think I think a YouTube channel for you would be great, Lee. So sorry, the actual mic was like on the other earpiece that was hanging down. Let's see. CP uses everyone else. And don't worry about getting their channels in trouble. I'm surprised that he goes on people's channels still. Like, I'm surprised. I don't know. I don't want to say like I'm surprised Katie's been so quiet so long, but I feel like as much as I feel like she drinks, I'm surprised she hasn't been caught on camera or recording saying something more. Because I think they both heavily drink. I think he's drunk on that live when he's making fun of Seth. I do. I think he's drunk on it. And again, what a tacky ass thing to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, he is the dumb as dirt. Like, dumb as dirt to me. like I said, you listen to him talking and you look at the way he's dressed and he looks all sweaty, like it makes you just want to go take a shower. You know what I mean? And again, you think of like poor Sebastian having to be around that and have that in your face telling you you're doing something wrong. Like that's real rich coming from you. CP. Let me see. Seven. Oh, okay. I thought he was 9 for some reason, having hormones. Yeah, it does. My dad loves Big Red Pop, and he says the same thing. It tastes like a cinnamon gum or something like. And it does. You know, it's good. I like Big Red. We still get it. I'm in Texas, like deep South Texas, so we have all that kind of old school. Well, not old school, but like old Southern kind of. Yeah, it's fun to have a page. You just kind of have to look at it like hanging out with your friends and chatting, and that kind of brings the right people around. You'll have people who will come and they'll go, because I mean that's just how it is. But you'll find the right people and they'll stick around. Your pages will build, and it's fun. It's fun. It's a nice outlet. It's kind of like a video diary in a way, and get all your thoughts out. Like I love being able to come here and talk with other people who care as much about true crime that I do, who care about Sebastian as much as I do, and all these other children and cases and people and stuff that's happened, just talking about it. What do we learn from it? Like, because I mean, shit, with all this stuff that happens, I mean, the least you could do is try to learn something out of it, right? I mean, all these things are like horrific, horrible things that have happened. And I mean, the only thing we can do is learn how something so it doesn't happen again. Yeah, most kids are being homeschooled now, and I like it too in the sense of like I don't have to worry about them being sick as much because they were sick all the time, especially again where I'm at in Texas. It's humid as hell, so they are sick all the time, like twice a month or something. You can be sick with the flu and the virus and something else at the same time. You know what I mean? It kicks your butt, and then you'll get better and you'll be sick the next week. So I'm glad that they're home now and I don't have to be sick all the time with them. I mean them, but too, but it sucks. Again, I'm getting old. I don't want to be sick all the time. It hurts. So, oh, that's nice. I graduated college in like 2015. Yeah, it was a fun experience. I didn't graduate high school, but I graduated college with honors. So I was very proud of that. It was more of like a personal like endeavor. It wasn't like for like jobs or anything. Like it was cool to be able to do that, but it was more just for like, my own notch on my belt. So CP has a bad mouth. Oops. Sorry, it's a bit laggy, so I'm bouncing around for messages, not trying to. Let's see. He has such a bad mouth and he has vile. I'm so surprised he has not gotten them in trouble. Yeah, I know. Well, I do feel like if and when, because I do feel like they will be arrested, like to the point where, like, when I think about it, like, again, I don't know, I just cry a lot in general. like when I'm doing readings or like I had to pause on the document because I'm like, ugh, it's getting to me. But like, especially when we talk about Sebastian, it always gets to me. It just like he's just the sweetest. But like, yeah, I'm surprised that he hasn't said something. I think the only thing I could see is them like waiting to use it against them. But again, yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't been used against them already. Just his behavior alone. I was gonna say, Tammy, it sounded like he had like a. That's what I said. I don't know if he was drunk. Maybe he don't have any teeth. Maybe he had his dentures out. I don't know because he did have a funny lisp sound to his mouth. You know what I mean? So maybe he does have dentures or something. And again, he likes to make fun of other people. I feel like in Pulse, but I think it's because he wears them in the cranes. So it's like he has no teeth. He wears pull-ups and cranes. So I just feel like he's probably just a miserable person, and that's why he makes fun of everybody. So Oh yeah, I sent I think I messaged you back about it yesterday or the day before. But I don't like always get notifications through my Etsy, so I'll check it probably like tomorrow morning or the next day. So just whenever you are ready to respond, just go ahead and respond, Amber, when you're ready, and then we'll like book your reading when you're ready. But I'll be happy to do it on the video. And happy birthday, happy early birthday. I haven't done a video reading in a long time, so this will be fun. I can do them on the phone sites that I work for the reading sites, but I usually don't do the video readings. I usually just do like text and phone calls. So, but I don't mind doing it at all, especially if it's somebody I know. It's way more fun. I do cry a lot. I can tell like whenever Tara and I are together and like I'll be telling her stories, like even Natalie, like when Natalie comes over and I'm talking to her, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Like I just feel a lot of things and I feel it deep, you know? And that's what I'm saying. When it's hard, that's sometimes probably why I skip some of the lives too. It's like I'll start to read the charts and it'll make me cry so much, and I'm like, not today, I can't handle it, you know, like my emotions just aren't there. So that's why I was like, I need some water, excuse me, y'all, you know, I have to reset my nerves. A nurse taught me that. Take a sip of water. I love you too. But let's see, we are 42 minutes in. Connor should be in bed, but since he hears me on the live, he's like running rampant back there. He knows he's like, I can't stop him. I got to give him his nighttime insulin anyway. So, Connor, what are you doing? I'll be right back. I just want to see what he's playing with. It sounds like it could make a mess or be fragile. Sorry. All right. I don't know if it was muted or not. Yeah, I knew he was doing something. He had my lip gloss. Told you. Yeah, now it's there. Don't open it. What'd you do? Give me your chewed up one. Let me see. What are you doing? Stop. Don't touch my lip gloss. Looks like he's been like gnawing on it. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, probably had false teeth. And that, or like I said, or he was drunk on that live because he sounded really like super slurry or lispy or something. Okay, I'll check to make sure if it went through or not. Again, my internet hasn't been working the best lately. Like even now, it's very laggy. So after we finish up this chat, I'll probably sign out and then get him his nighttime insulin and stuff because it's kind of lagging from this side. I don't know how it looks on y'all's side, but it looks like it's buffering from my side. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I have my email in my about section. If you want to like send me your email, you can, and I can just send it to your email instead of trying to find a comment and leaving the list in the comment. But it really is going to kind of come down to like a meditation to learn how to clear your mind to hear things. So that's kind of what you're probably going to start with is a guided meditation of just how to quiet your mind. So that's the best thing that you can start with while I make that list, Lee. Yeah, and he always takes like the new stuff. Like it's not like he takes the lip gloss that's like already pretty much empty and like nothing left. He grabs the new one and then like digs in it or something. And he has his own. So it's like, go dig in your own. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to message me again, I will, or you can also, yeah, you can go ahead and message me again. And if that doesn't work, I mean, you can use my email that's on my about page too. We can always figure that out from there. Yeah, the new one's more fun, right? It's shiny, it's new. Give me the new one. You don't need it, I do. There's Andrew. But that was the document that I wanted to share. I kind of brought up how I thought that KP and CP were assholes for the comments they made about not taking pictures of Sebastian. And what else did they make a comment about? Oh, that I feel like the FBI should be able to have tracked their phone even still now to this date. I mean, even with Casey Anthony's phone, they literally showed in court her phone and all the pings it made around where Kaylee's body was that day and stuff, and the computer searches and all that. So I just don't believe the FBI doesn't have the capability of pulling that up. I don't think that Katie is that intelligent to know how to wipe it to where the FBI can't find it. I mean, maybe, possibly. I want to speak to, something I don't know about, but I mean, I don't know. And we did get their birthdays. He is a air sign. So in the reading that I did for them most recently, as far as the FBI likes one, Chris would be a Libra, to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure the birthday was October 5th, and then Katie is a Virgo. So her birthday is the day before mine. Her birthday is August 23rd. Mine is August 24th. And what's interesting is that Katie's a Virgo like me, and Chris is a Libra like Andrew's dad, and Sebastian is a Sagittarius like my sister. So I think that is the trippiest thing, that it all kind of attached that way. And even on August 24th was one of Sebastian's vigils, which would have been my birthday, the day after Katie's birthday. So I'm just thinking, I really pay attention to like numbers and syncing up and stuff. Okay, yeah, just email me through Etsy again. That should be fine. You're a Leo. So my grandmother and my grandfather were both Leos. So that's a great sign. Strong, independent. It was great seeing you too. So we will do another one of these two again pretty soon. Isn't that strange? I thought it was strange. Like when I really started to looking into this more, that, I mean, Sebastian's parent sign is the same as my son Andrew, who's also autistic, and Sebastian's age signs, and then, again, Sebastian being the same sign as my sister. So, but yeah, it was great seeing everyone, and I'm so glad that y'all could hang up and chat with me this late. I would keep chatting, but I can't really think of anything else to talk about. I've been up since I think 6. So y'all have a good night. I was going to play a song too, but I really just don't have one that's jumping out right now that I can think of. Usually I have a song that I'll kind of like channel and hit on that I play at the end. I was kind of thinking of songs I already played in other lives, but I didn't really want to replay it. So y'all take care, and I love you too. Love you all. And hopefully I can do a live again within the next few days, and then we can kind of go maybe over a little bit more in depth of just kind of some other stuff that we talked about tonight and just other things like that. So I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. If you enjoyed the live, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so that way it will let you know when we go live in the future for cases like this and many more. So again, thank you so much for joining me this late. I hope y'all have a good one, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.